Today's topic is going to be very controversial, to say the least, and that comes down to the fact that this topic is both vague and also worrying, but despite this I do want to bring it to your attention because this is really interesting and it could also be really bad if this has any kind of actual plot relevance. But before we do get started, if you haven't already and do appreciate the content I put out, feel free to consider subscribing to the channel. It would help me out so much as we are aiming for 4,000 subscribers, so yeah, please at least do consider it. With this being said though, let's get into today's video. So just not long ago, in the last day or so actually, there was a new poster revealed, and I'm not really going to get too in depth with the actual poster itself, but we're just going to be taking a look at this section of it here, which showcases the Samurai X mech in a battle, taking place in a final battle type setting in a Crystalized. So we've got all that going on, but of course people have been analysing the small details in the background, the things that are very easily missed, and so spoilers will definitely be ahead, so click off now if you don't want to see any sort of spoilers. But yeah, if we zoom in the background towards the very left here, we see, well, who do you guys think that is in the corner? The hairpiece, the slight flash of red across the eyes, that is absolutely Harumi, and that is literally confirmed, undisputable. Harumi is right there. And while this is, you know, kind of random, and you may be asking yourself, what does this really mean? Well, if you just zoom out here, well, take a look at everything going on. This appears to be the ninja team, just judging from all of the red flags, all of the scythes, all of the golden weapons in the air. This seems to be the ninja team, and they are all rushing into battle, fighting against the bad guys in this season, and Harumi is there, which seems really weird. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is because a lot of people have been thinking, does this possibly mean that there's going to be some sort of redemption arc happening in the actual season? Is that why she's here? And my take on this, right, is that I think it's kind of like 50-50, if that makes sense. I think that there is definitely a possibility, but at the same time, I wouldn't really say this has too much credibility to it, especially considering, well, I mean, if you just zoom out here, look at the amount of sides of Quakes there are. It's not really the most accurate thing ever. There is not like 50+ sides of Quakes and other golden weapons in the show, so that was probably just put there for the visual effects in this poster. Obviously, not everything's going to match up slightly. It is literally just art. However, I think it's also really weird how they took the time to put Harumi there in a more clear way than the others. It's just really kind of strange, and it could 100% signify something happening with Harumi. And to be honest, this actually does get me really worried if we are taking this completely literally, because this could possibly hint at the fact that Harumi is possibly pulling a redemption arc, which on its own is absolutely, like, terrible in my opinion, and this would be the worst scenario ever for Ninjago Crystalized, no exaggerations. I do not want to see Harumi just randomly pull a redemption arc in this season. I think it would be really bad, and I just hope that this was some sort of mistake, because there is still definitely that chance that it is real, but there is also still a good chance that it's a mistake. So hopefully this was just kind of put there randomly, actually has no sort of plot significance. But yeah, it is definitely kind of worrying, and it's something I really wanted to just kind of bring to the table in today's video, because I think it's really interesting and we really should be discussing this. So yeah, with all of this being said, I turn it over to you guys now. What do you guys think about this? What do you think about my thoughts on this as well? Feel free to drop all of your thoughts down below on all of this in the comments. And yeah, that's basically all I've got to say. With all of this being said, if you did enjoy today's video and found it interesting, feel free to consider dropping a like on it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and also hit that notification bell so you guys can be the first to keep up to date on all of the latest Ninjago news and content right here on the channel. And with all of this being said, guys, see you all in my next one, coming out very soon. Goodbye.